Namaste everyone. I hope everyone is well during these testing times. Today we're going to be doing our session on warming up the body, loosening the body, especially after all the tightness of sitting around, lounging around. So welcome to Yoga with Reena. This is a really good practice for us to get energized, strengthen our bodies and keep our muscles nice and strong. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with sitting on the floor, okay? And as you're sitting, we're going to sit in Sukhasana with your left or right, whichever you prefer, over the top of your leg and sitting up nice and straight. Before we begin, it's really important to understand that you know your bodies more than me, and we want to make sure we're pushing ourselves to a nice challenge but not to unbearable pain. So listen out for the instructions carefully, and let's all make sure that we're breathing properly, we're sitting properly, and we're listening carefully to all the instructions. So I'm sure we'll have a very good time. Remember to keep those smiles up, keep every part of your body relaxed, even in the posture. And remember, when you're practicing, you want to try and practice in barefoot if that's comfortable, so there's no slipping on the mat, and we want to make sure that we are sitting up nice and straight to begin with. So palms facing up on our knees, thumbs and index fingers touching in Chinmaya Mudra like this, and sitting up nice and straight, and just close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your nose, as slowly as you can, and out from your nose. Ease in to the lower spine, and starting from the base, start to straighten your spine up, all the way up, and aligning the back of the neck and the base of the spine in a nice straight line, and slightly tilting the chin downwards. Really sort of falling into the bottom area. Relax the jaw, remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth, and eyes lightly closed. Even your eyelashes are nice and steady. We'll start with just some breathing. So the trick behind clearing our airways and doing correctional breathing is to make sure that we are using our noses in and we are using our noses out, especially in holding our poses, keeping our breath so calm to make sure that the muscles stay nice and relaxed. So we'll start with inhaling for 5 seconds, exhaling for 10, inhaling for 8, exhaling for 12, inhaling for 10, exhaling for 15. And the idea behind this breathing practice is to first of all bring ourselves into our bodies, bring ourselves into the rooms, settle our minds, but to also understand that breathing out is just as important, if not more, than breathing in, and we tend to breathe in more than we breathe out. So today we want to extend the exhales. Try to go as slowly as you can when you're doing this, and let's make sure we're not holding the breath. It's not holding for 3, waiting for me to say exhale and then exhaling. It's going for as long as you can, as slowly as you can, and being observant that when you breathe in, your lungs rise up and your stomach comes out, and when you breathe out, your stomach comes in and your lungs collapse. In order to last for the numbers, you've got to go as slowly as you can. So just a reminder to sit ourselves up nice and straight, nice light relaxed smiles. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Last one, as slowly as you can to last with the numbers. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Minds are nice and calm now. Clear the airways. 3 omkars we'll start with. As you chant Ah, you can feel the vibrations in the base of the stomach. As you chant Oo, they'll move into the chest, and as you chant Ma, they'll move into your head region. Follow the vibrations inside. Try and do this with minimum opening of the mouth, and really keep the vibrations nice and low. Inhale together. Gulp your saliva, relax your throat, release the fingers, and just very lightly rub your palms together. Nice and warm, get them nice and warm, and just cut the eyes so you can open them freely inside in the dark. Start to loosen the grip, widen the fingers. Start with looking at the floor first of all with a few blinks. Remember, we're doing this so there's no squinting, and we're going to stretch all the way up. With a nice deep breath, stretch your spine, chins all the way up, try and look up at your hand. Exhale, keep those triceps behind your ears, try not to lean forward, and tuck your chin all the way down into your chest. Breathe into the middle, and as you exhale, putting as minimum weight onto the hips as you can. You want to really stretch your back. You want to just try and bring your arms down, and breathe into the middle again, and we'll go to the other side. Try not to look down as you're doing this, keep those chins up, and breathe into the middle. As you exhale, we want to come all the way down to the side. Match your breath to your movement, so your arms are moving with your breath, and bend those elbows and place those hands all the way down on your shoulders. And we're going to do nice big rotations all the way around. So try and touch your elbows in front and go all the way back, and just relax. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to start with our neck, and we'll start making our way down. Okay, so first thing we want to do is make sure those hands are nice and relaxed on our knees. Going to take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe in, you're going to lift your chin and try and touch the back of your head to the base of your spine. And as you breathe out, you want to come all the way down, keep that back nice and straight, and chin all the way down. Remember, no part of your spine should be moving as you're doing this, so try not to curve and uncurve. Breathing in and coming up. And as you exhale, we're going to go to our right hand side. So right chin goes right over to your right shoulder. Breathe into the middle and go out to the side on your left. And breathe into the middle And as you exhale, right ear to right shoulder, really slowly come down and enjoy that stretch. And inhale, middle, exhale, right to the other side. Breathe in and exhale. Again, just roll those shoulders back. We're going to do opening up all of the back muscles now. So once again, like we were doing before, hands on our shoulders, and we're just going to rotate our shoulders all the way forward. Slight movement of the hip, legs are completely still, base of the spine is really rooted, and change direction. I'm going to go all the way back. All the way. Keep those elbows going, keep those rotations going, and really feel those back muscles open. And now forwards. All the way, all the way, all the way. Keep going. Nice slight smiles on our faces, and change direction. One more time. Good. Keep going and relax. And now hands up all the way as you breathe in, and we're going to be flicking, flick, 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 as if you're trying to get something off your hands. Okay, this is a really good practice to get our body nice and woken up. Keep flicking, you feel your arms getting heavier, 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 heavier. Keep going, guys, come on, try and keep those back straight and chins all the way up. Keep going, and arms stay there. And as you inhale, stretch. As you exhale, come down in front. And feel those shoulders slightly relax. And now, fists and rotation of your wrists all the way around. So what we want to try and do is make sure we're not leaning forward as we're doing this. And we've got our backs nice and straight. And nothing is moving on your arms except for your wrist and your hands. So try and keep the rest of your body still. You can move your fingers as well if you want. And relax those hands. Okay, so we'll move on to our hips now. Okay, so this is one of my favorite practices. We're going to be doing a hip rotation by keeping our body as still as we can. So take your right leg and put it right in front of you if you can, and your left leg around to the side. So your left heel is around where your bottom is. Okay, so you want to be up nice and straight. Now, if you're doing this for the first time, you might find it a little bit challenging trying to lift your body up. But the idea is we want to lift our legs and swing them around to the other side and land in exactly the same position. But as you're doing this, we want to make sure we're not dragging on the mat and we're not leaning too far back. Because if you lean too far back, you're going to find it a struggle to come all the way around. And an added challenge, if you're up for it, is going to be when you land, try not to land with your legs overlapped like this. So we started with them open, so nothing on your legs is touching anything else. Okay? And we're going to try and do this without using your hands. So we're going to go round and place them down. Okay? So when you're doing this, try not to thump your legs onto the floor. So I want to be nice and calm as you're doing this. We'll be nice and steady. Okay? So nice and steady. Here we go. Take a nice inhale and rotate. Okay, now as you rotate, you'll feel your body go side to side. We want to try and minimize that as we're going. So we're going to go in momentum now. Okay, here we go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, no sliding, 5, 6, hands up, 7, 8, up in the middle, hold it there, 9, 9 in the middle, 9.5 over here, and 10. Good, relax, well done. That was very, very good. Legs out in front, and give those feet and ankles a little wave. Okay, it's really important to keep our bodies mobile during these times, especially with lots and lots of sitting around or looking at screens. Okay, so keeping the body nice and mobile. Now, we're going to move on to our knees now, and as we move on to our knees, anyone with any knee pains or any conditions on the knees, but to be really careful as you do this. You can use your hands to support yourself. Okay, so if I just go to the back end of my mat and turn to the side so you can see, okay, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and walk on our knees, okay, without letting anything else touch the floor. So again, any arthritis, any joint pains or anything like that, we want to make sure we are using our hands. So you're welcome to just use your hands and walk like this, okay? For the rest of us who are able to, we're going to try and walk on our knees. Yeah, so let's get walking, guys. We want to go all the way from one end to the mat, and we're going to try and turn ourselves around. Try and keep your back straight as you're doing this, and get walking right back. Yeah, so keep walking, keep those back straight, and give yourself a little rotation, and come back to where you started. Good. And bring those legs out in front, and give those knees a little rub. Yeah, should feel nice and awake now. And now let's bring our attention to our quads, okay, all the way down, shins, calves and ankles as well. Okay, now from here we want to bring our legs out in front of us, okay, so we're nice and stable. And the idea is we want to really try and keep our feet as flat as we can on the floor. Okay, now just give yourself a push, okay, and then try and sit. So you are completely with your feet flat and your hands flat on the floor. Okay, now try not to curve over as you do this. If you need to, then try and come up off your heels. You can do this on your toes as well, if that helps you. Okay, for those of us who are able to, really want to try and keep your feet as flat as you can onto the floor, and walk your hands forward and straighten your chest up. Okay, now in a moment we're going to be taking our hands off, so if you think your body is able to do that, then you go ahead. Otherwise, please keep the support of your hands on the floor. So we're going to nice and slowly raise our hands up. You can interlock your thumbs to ease the pressure off your back, and as you do this you'll feel lots and lots of weight come into your perineum muscles, into the middle and also the front of your ankles. And the higher we go, the more you'll feel it on your legs. So as you breathe in, I want you to raise your arms all the way up, and I want you to try as best as you can and lean back and really feel that stretch come up on those shins. Okay, keep your chins all the way up, back's nice and straight, nice calm, relaxed breathing, keep your face nice and relaxed, stretch, 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 lean back as much as you can, breathe out from your nose, okay, and place those hands flat onto the floor, and we're just going to come up onto our toes. Finally, okay, onto our toes. See if we can balance just for a moment, activate those. Okay, we always forget about our toes. Yeah, hidden away in our shoes all the time, but they're very important. Okay, right at the base of our feet, lots of important points on the soles of our feet. Okay, so last one we're going to do, we're going to be using all of our body as we do this, predominantly the leg region. Okay, again, another one of my favorites, this is the duck waddle. Okay, now we want to make sure as we are doing this, okay, we are not going up and down, and we're not going massively side to side. Okay, and if you can do this with your feet flat, even better. And if you can do it on your toes, that's also good as well. Okay, remember it's about listening to our bodies and doing what we can. So this is just a quick warm-up practice to really help straighten and strengthen your spine, but also wake up those leg muscles. Okay, so our last practice. Okay, so in this practice what we want to do is we want to place our hands on the floor. You can stay on your toes if you need to, and for those of us that are able to, we're going to go flat on our feet. Okay, now again, if your body permits you to, we're going to practice this without using our hands. If your body doesn't, that's absolutely fine. You just keep using your hands, and you use your hands to rotate. The important thing is keeping your back as straight as you can. Okay, so if you need your hands, please keep them on the floor, especially if you've got your feet flat or if you're on your toes, either or. Okay, and for anyone else that's able to sit completely flat, we're going to cross our arms over like this, nice and loose, keep your chin up, and we're going to do a rotation. We're going to do 360 one way, 360 the other way, and we're going to do this without bouncing up and down, because remember, this is a duck exercise, not a bouncing frog. Okay, so we're going to do this with a smile, we're going to enjoy, and we're going to try, and even if we fall, we're going to laugh, we're going to enjoy, and we're going to have fun. Okay, so keep those chins up and start to lift. So remember, you've got to try and finish where you started, so without massively going up and down. Okay, so right where we were. So we finished one circle, and we're going to finish right back onto this side. So everybody off you go. Here we go. Turn around, keep rotating, going as round as you can, round as you can. Keep those heads up, keep those backs straight, nice and slowly. Take a nice deep breath in, no hands, and exhale and relax, and give those ankles a little wave. I'm sure they are really, really going to enjoy that. So, well done, well done. So as you know, this is the first video. That means I wanted us to focus on loosening our body, okay, after a long, long time of tightness or straining. So today's focus is on waking up the body parts, but also really, really looking at how to do our Surya Namaskar, yeah, our sun salutation. So we want to be building up our body strength. Now Surya Namaskar will prepare us for all our postures. Okay, so we want to make sure that we know how to do each posture properly. In Surya Namaskar, we're working the whole body. Okay, whole body, all of our breathing, we're clearing everything out. Very, very good for our energy levels. It's good for toning. It organizes the heat and the cold inside your body, activates. Very, very good practice for preparing us for all our asanas. We want to make sure when we're doing Surya Namaskar, we are breathing in from our nose and out also. We're not holding our breath, okay? Even if we're holding the pose, we're not holding our breath. And making sure that where we start with our hands, we finish with our hands as well, okay? So we will move on to Surya Namaskar now, and I'm just going to come and ask you to cross your legs, okay? And everyone remember that we're going to do what we can. We're going to listen to our bodies, we're going to do what we can, and if at any point you hear instruction where you think, oh no, can't do that, then I want us to remember that it's not a can't, it's just can't yet, okay? It's practice, we build up to it, yeah? We build up to it gradually. So in a moment I'm going to ask you to stand up, and we're going to stand up without using our hands, okay? So for those of you that know, okay, you can vary your methods of getting up. You can cross your arms over like this, you can put your hands on your head, you can cross your hands behind you. Okay, for those of us that are joining first time today, we're going to be standing up without using our hands, okay, and try and do this without cheating and bringing your legs out and using your knees, okay? So yeah, we all know that that's the cheating ways. If you know you want to try that one first, then by all means go ahead. Okay, you're more than welcome to do that. And for everyone that would like to have a go without using your knees, you can use your ankles. Yeah, this is really good practice for strengthening your ankles. We use our hands for everything, so we want to give them a nice rest as we do this. Okay, so nice deep breath in, lean back, and up we get. Okay, so standing nice and comfortably, we're going to start our Surya Namaskar. Today we'll do 2. Okay, just so that I can talk you through how to do each posture and how to breathe in each posture as well. So inviting you to come towards the front of your mat, and making sure that our feet are together. Okay, feet are together, ankles are touching, toes are touching, and remembering that for the whole of the cycle we want to keep our feet together as well. So where one leg goes, the other one follows right behind. Okay, and if you can try and take a mental note of where you're standing, we want to try and finish on that same spot as well. Okay, so that's the first rule. Try and keep your feet as still as you can. Second one, wherever your hands touch on the floor, they don't move from there. You can move, but your hands don't. So once your hands are on the floor, they don't move from there. Okay, next thing is to remember to try and keep those heels together as much as you can. Okay, and as much as you can, try and be on your toes. Those toes are going to be there to help you. So in every posture we do, just make sure we're in our using our toes to help. Okay, so shoulders back, chins up. Take a nice deep breath in, extend your spine, exhale, and come all the way down with your Namaskar Mudra, so that the thumb knuckles are into your solar plexus. Yeah, solar plexus is this region here, not too high, not too low. And palms should be touching, so we should be nice and calm, nice and straight as well. Okay, and normally what tends to happen when we're standing, when I say straighten up, is we start to arch our hips back. So we want to make sure that when you're doing this, everything's nice and straight, you're nice and relaxed. So just close your eyes for a few moments and your mouths. Making sure every palm is touching its counterpart. And as you slowly open your eyes, I want you to take a nice deep breath in and a nice big scoop. And as you breathe in, you raise your arms to the side of your ears, stretch up, and you lean back with your heads all the way up. And making sure that we're not pushing our hips back. We're bending from our hips and going all the way back. So remember to be holding the posture here and not holding your breath, and really feel the energy come to the base of your spine and the front of your toes. Lean back, inhale as you go back. As you exhale, straighten yourself up, push your hips out, and going where your arms and your head travel together, completely down into 90 degrees. Feel that stretch in your leg, and as you exhale, you're going to go down as low as you possibly can. Now this is not about touching the floor, you'll get there eventually. This is about going as low as you can and feeling the stretch in the whole of the back of the leg. Okay, so keep your head all the way down, try and keep those knees straight as well. If you need to unlock them slightly, that's fine, but we just want to make sure they're not completely bent. So keep your heads down, chins down, hold the pose, but don't hold your breath. Cleaning the nose, really calmly with that breathing. Nice and slowly lifting your head up, okay? And we're going to bend our knees slightly, and if your hands haven't reached the floor, they should be able to now. And we're going to take our left leg and we're going to push it all the way back, and we're going to come into a lunge. So place that left knee onto the floor and lunge forward all the way. Lift your chest slightly so you're facing the front, and really try to sit into your perineum inside here. Really try and sit in and lift your head all the way up. Keep your chin all the way up as well, and remember, we want to make sure that there's no real weight on those hands, okay? So try not to push in, and if you're at a right angle, you can use your fingers and try and bring your hips as close to the floor as you can, and really feel that stretch. And as you inhale, I want you to bring your head down towards the front and take that left knee off, so your body's in a nice straight line, and try and do this without lifting your hips, okay? So we're going to move into Chatura Dandasana. So danda is stick, yeah, nice and straight. Take that right leg back, and we are in Dandasana with your ankles and toes touching, looking 2 or 3 meters in front of you, and sharing the weight between your core and your hands. Remember to not hold your breath as you're doing this. Keep your exhales nice and heavy, and place those knees onto the floor. Try not to shift your weight. Okay, try not to shift your weight forward or back. So you settle the knees on the floor. Again, we're going to take the weight off the wrist by putting all of the weight on our chest. So elbows shouldn't be coming out, they should be coming down. Okay, so first things first, bring your chest in line with your hands and push yourself down with your elbows touching the side of your hips without your stomach touching the floor. So keep your chin on the floor as you're doing this. So put all of the weight on your chest, so you should be able to actually move your hands slightly and just take them off the floor. So the weight is on your chin, knees, chin, chest, knees and toes. Yeah, Ashtanga Namaskar. 8 points of the body. Now from here we're going to move into Bhujangasana. So I'm just going to shuffle slightly back so you're able to see. Okay. So we were in this position. So we can add a little extra challenge to really feel that stretch on our spine, lower spine, yeah? So from here, relax your hips onto the floor, lift your head up. Right now your hands are in line with the side of your chest, so we want to make sure that they come slightly further back, but we need to make sure we move our body and not our hands. So lift your heads up and just slide yourself slightly forward, yeah? So that your hands are in line with your hips now, and you're still on your toes behind you. Okay, from here we're going to inhale, and we're going to go up as high as we can, touching our heels together and going as far back. And as you came up, you would have felt it a lot more on the base of your spine. Normal breathing, maybe you can deepen your exhales. And from here, we're going to lift our hips. Okay, if you can't get your heels flat on the floor, that's fine. But the idea is to really straighten your spine and perhaps even reverse curve it. So if you need to take a step in, that's fine. Okay, you can try and get your feet as flat as you can, but the idea is to lean as far back and get as far away from your arms as you can. Tuck your chin all the way in and get your head as far away from those pits as you possibly can, and really feel the stretch on the top part of your
back of the top part of the spine, right behind you. Come on, chin all the way in, lean back, enjoy that stretch. Keep your head all the way up, lift, and on our left leg, we're going to bring it right in between our hands. Stretch all the way. Yeah, so the same leg that went back is the same one that comes forward. Now, often on the journey back, it kind of gets stuck and we need to shuffle it. That's fine. But we want to make sure we finish where we started. So get that foot in line with those hands. You can get to a right angle first and then lunge in if you need to. Stretch all the way, lean back. Again, take that weight off the hands and bring it inside those legs. Enjoy that stretch, and as you exhale, bring your head slowly down, push down onto the floor if you need to, and join that right leg right in between and go as long as you can. Again, returning that stretch right to the back of the legs. Push yourself all the way down, go as low as you can, as low as you can. Do what your body can, and now the important thing is coming up in the right way. So no cheating, no heads first. So let's roll the shoulders back and bring ourselves up to 90 and raise our arms. And then we come up slowly in the same way. So breathe all the way in. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And as you exhale, you return and you come down into Namaskar. Keep your eyes closed. And keep those exhalations nice and long. Keep those exhalations nice and long. Stabilize your body. And then whenever you're ready, you can slowly release your hands. Nicely binks and legs apart. So normally when we do our Surya Namaskar, they come in pairs, okay? So always making sure we do our Surya Namaskar in pairs, okay? But I'm conscious of time. I know I've taken up a lot of it already. So I want everyone to make sure that as we go along, as the videos come along, as the more we go, we're always working in pairs. So today's session was just for warming ourselves up, waking our bodies and learning the proper posture for Surya Namaskar. And as the sessions go on, we will be getting faster and faster. So we're going to move into some dynamic poses. Okay, so let's just finish with our final breathing practice. So again, sitting in Sukhasana, one leg. If you can't bring it on top, that's fine. You can leave it out in front. Whatever makes us sit up nice and straight as effortlessly as we can. Okay, Jinmaya Mudra again. On back of the palms on our knees and eyes closed. And take a nice and out and still out. And we'll finish with 3 Omkars. Together, inhale. Let's release your hands. Bring both of them behind your back. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Just slowly as you exhale, bring your head down. Just a little thank you to the earth for giving us our time to practice today, giving us everything. Release those hands. Join your palms in Namaskar Mudra in front of your chest, finishing with our mantra for health, for happiness, for everyone.
You can repeat after me in your own time, or you can just listen. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sitting nice and calmly, nice and still, thinking of the meaning of what we've just said. Let us all be happy, let us all be healthy, let us all be without any pain or illness. Let's all see the good in others, and may we all have peace, peace and peace. And start to rub your palms together. Get them nice and warm, and lightly cup the eyes, keeping your heads up. Open your eyes inside your hands in the pitch dark. Feel your eyelashes slowly open. Loosen the grip. Start with keeping your eyes on the ground, palm your foreheads. With every blink, we're going to take a nice stretch all the way up. Stretch all the way up, extend your spine. Nice big smiles. Ready to start or finish the day, okay, all the way up, and take a nice big namaskar. Extend even more so, and as you exhale, let's remember to think positively with our minds, to speak positively with our words, and to feel positive with our hearts. Thank you very much. Namaste. So I hope everyone enjoyed the session today. Okay, more videos will follow. I'm hoping to send and update very, very regularly. So keep up the practice and we'll learn more and more as we go. Thank you for your time. Namaste.